Let's get physical. It's Jordan here, back in with this week's update and all the physical releases coming to the Switch. We're in the first week of December pretty much, holy crap. November 29th until December 3rd, Monday to Friday, retail, low print, imports, and our community spotlight. Remember, once we get to 100,000 subscribers, we're giving away a Nintendo Switch OLED model, so please subscribe, let us get there quickly, then I can retire. And just remember, you've got a few more days to get in your nominations for Switch Game of the Year over on our Discord. So make sure you add your 3 into the mix. The full proper vote will start next week. Our Discord server link is below. Please read the rules. A lot of people are nominating old ass games, which I do love. I love old ass games. But you know, I want to keep the games a little more relevant to this year. Sadly, I may have to reject quite a few of them. Alright, Disney Magical World 2 Enhanced Edition is releasing this week. This was originally a 3DS game that came out late in its life, so I think a lot of people overlooked it. It's a fairly decent life sim from what I've heard. Apparently you can go fishing, card collecting, gardening, making clothes, and decorating the town's cafe, and cute stuff like that in the Disney universe. Fans of Animal Crossing or Tomodachi Life or Fantasy Life will probably enjoy this one quite a lot. Big Brain Academy gets a surprise sequel on the Switch. Sure, these type of games may not sell by the trillions like they did on the Wii and DS, but I heard that this series was particularly fun. Competitive tasks where you try to solve puzzles in the quickest times and get the most points. Great fun for families, especially those with massive egos who think they're more clever than everyone else just because they can do maths a bit quicker than others. And no, I definitely don't know anyone like that, dear cousin. Beyond a Steel Sky is the sequel to Beneath a Steel Sky. Speaking of which, that is literally on every single platform except the Switch. Where is it? Come on, let me buy it for the 7th time. Anyways, this has gone full 3D and is more of an adventure game rather than a point and click these days. I believe it was an Apple Arcade release, but now is making its way to other consoles. Did you play it on your phone? If so, let me know how it is. There is a standard edition as well as a collector's edition which has a good old Steenbok. Asterix and Obelix, a slap 'em all, is probably releasing in Europe this week. I don't think North America is getting a release. I haven't seen it anyway. This is a decent enough looking beat 'em up and the 4th Asterix and Obelix game currently on the Switch, something I never thought would happen. There's plenty of additions to go along with it, a standard one, a special one, and a super special one that sold about 2 copies on Strictly Limited's partner store website. Anyone picking this up? And our executive producer Cartoon Soren it's his pick of the week. Dairoku Agents of Sakuratani looks to be another high quality Otomi visual novel that may need adding to the mega list we did a couple of weeks back. This is published by Axis and stars a lady who has the ability to see otherworldly beings, spirits, creatures, and apparitions. She joins a task force to monitor them, and of course, probably ends up banging 1 or 2 of them if she plays the cards right. Lucky girl. Danganronpa Decadence. Actually, I think I should let Juan say this title because if you watched our mega visual novel list, it was magnificent. Take it away, Juan.
Danganronpa Decadence is a compilation of the Danganronpa trilogy. Jesus, Jordan, some of the stuff he's put in here for me to pronounce, and I'm not the best, so forgive me if my pronunciation is wrong.
I love it. I love it. This is a quad pack of 3 incredible adventure games plus an enhanced edition of a board game found in one of them. This release is on the same kind of level as the Phoenix Wright trilogy. If you're looking for style, great narrative, memorable characters, then look no further than this premium release. Here, you and your classmates must participate in a killing game. The only way to survive is to correctly identify the killer during a class trial. And be the last one standing, of course. Fantastic production has been put into the series, and if you've never played them before, well, now is the best time to do so. Pretty much essential if they are your kind of game. And our executive producers, Jack Severus, Thorn Metal Luna, Mental Traveler, Government Fat Cat, and Santa Tartaruga have chosen this as their pick of the week. Wild at Heart is perhaps releasing in Europe this week, at least I think so. It's been pushed back a couple of times and the US is definitely not this week. Regardless, I'll mention it now. This is a gorgeous looking game that looks remarkably like Pikmin from a different angle, as you lob innocent cute beings to do your bidding and likely sacrifice them for no good reason. The classic insidious Pikmin morality is well and truly here. Obviously, I am joking, but this looks like a rather nice game indeed. Alwa's collection is probably releasing physically in North America this week. Europe may have to wait a little bit. This is a double pack of 2 lovely indie games, both rather highly rated. One is more of a puzzle platformer, while the other is more of a Metroidvania, at least as far as I'm aware. Fans of well-made indie games will probably want to keep an eye or two out for this one, and our executive producer Boombox has chosen this as his pick of the week. Comic Coloring Book is an all-time classic heading to North American shores. That's a joke. Here is a lovely waste of plastic as you colour stuff, and well, that's it. You colour stuff in. Maybe kids will enjoy it if you don't fancy buying paper for them over and over and over again. Jackbox Party Pack 7 looks to be headed to retail in North America this week. Maybe. This is a party game package as you'd expect. 5 games, including the popular Quiplash 3. This is where you play with your phone rather than everyone having controllers. Expect a lot of laughs as people consider this to be one of the best so far, which is saying something. Gear Club Unlimited 2 Definitive Edition is, well, I've lost count of how many releases this game and its predecessor has on the Switch. There's just so many. Keeping track is a part-time job in itself. But here is this one, the Definitive Edition of a decent enough racing game. Well, that is at least until the next edition when they go to the moon or something. I mean, that is logically the next step. Gear Club Unlimited 2 Lunar Edition. Don't want to give them any ideas though. Don't watch Microids. Talking of being milk dry, here are some adverts for you to consume. Did you consume those adverts? Did you guzzle them? I hope not. Alright, The Low Prince AVGN 1 and 2 Deluxe is up for pre-order this week. It's available at Screenwave Media's website and also limited run with the standard edition and a collector's edition, at least that's on the Screenwave site. Limited run only have the standard edition. Kinda annoying since I love a copy of this. AVGN is one of my greatest inspirations when I wanted to start doing YouTube stuff, and I would like a copy of these games, but I don't want to give limited run my money, and Screenwave's shipping internationally is absolutely awful. Never mind, here you get 2 fantastic action platformers, a bit like Mega Man, quite difficult but well made, and these are the best versions of them. I would like to play them one day. Death's Door is a game I missed last week, mainly due to Special Reserve announcing the pre-order date well in advance. It means it went so far down my newsfeed I didn't even bother looking that far. Same thing happened with Crysis 2. Anyways, this looks to be an isometric action puzzle game that's got a lot of style. I know a lot of people are fans of this one, so I would expect it to do well in terms of sales. It's an open pre-order, so head over to Special Reserve to secure your copy in a standard edition or a Special Reserve edition. And our executive producers, Vay and Dane Wilkinson, have chosen this as their pick of the week. Record of Lodoss War Deedlit in Wonder Labyrinth is a game I know plenty of you have already pre-ordered from Japan, a version which is out in a couple of weeks. But Red Art Games have announced that they will be publishing it in the West in both Europe and North America, the latter of which is being sold by Video Games Plus. Obviously, this is a pre-order, so will not be sent out for quite a while, but the Red Art Games version does come with the same pre-order goodies as the Play Asia one, namely the soundtrack CD and mini booklet, which I believe is translated to English for Red Art Games. Now, personally, I already have my Japanese pre-order in, and I'll be getting it much earlier, so I'm in no rush to switch or cancel my order, but this is there for those who care about which regions their games come from, of which I don't give a monkeys. Remember, Red Art Games, we can get you 10% off with SwitchWatch 10. Not an affiliate, we don't earn anything, but I'll also pop links below to the Japanese version, which if you do buy that one, then we do earn something. This is a great looking Metroidvania style game that very much looks like how a brand new Symphony of the Night should look, i.e. magnificent. I'm very much looking forward to this one. And our executive producers are too: Elisa, God of Resin, Michael Del Polito, Brent McLean, Alexander Cato, and Robotech have chosen this as their pick of the week. Treasures of the Aegean was announced 2 weeks later than I predicted, but yes, this is a retail release in Europe, but Limited Run are handling the distribution in North America. It's a rather sweet looking parkour adventure puzzle game that I've talked about before, but definitely one to look into. And our executive producer Parsnip Coffee has chosen this as her pick of the week. Taito Milestone was announced as a partner store release at Street Elite Limited Games. Remember, as a partner release, it is also destined to be headed to retail as well. So the standard edition is completely pointless, as you'll get it 3 months later for a more expensive, pricey version. But there's also an exclusive collector's edition if you fancy waiting 12 months. At the time of writing, I don't know what this collector's edition includes because I'm recording this ahead of time, but I do know the collection includes 10 arcade games from Taito's past. I'm sure they have way more than 10 that they could have included, so it seems a bit meager, but they have some very decent games in here, such as Ninja Warrior, and the arcade version of one of the Game Boy's best games, Kicks. Man, I want to play that. Kicks is awesome, and it's probably worth the money alone just for Kicks. Play Kicks, it's really good. You can pre-order this now. Time for a break again. Please completely ignore these adverts because you're just filling the pockets of the greedy executives. Not our executives. Our executives are not greedy. They're very generous. I mean, you know what I mean. Alright, the imports. Remember guys, if anything takes your fancy and you'd like to import it for yourself, then consider using the links below in the description and pinned comment. If you use those links, if you click those links, then it also helps support this series so much. You guys are wonderful always. Thank you so much. Plus, in return for using our links, you can get 5% off any physical item from PlayAsia if you use the coupon code SwitchWatchTV. And it's basically last call for PlayAsia's free shipping month. It probably won't happen again for another 4 months or so, so get your pre-orders or orders in right now. You have Monday and Tuesday left to get free shipping on orders over $49. Don't miss out. Clockwork Aquario is releasing in Japan this week with English on the cartridge. Yes, in-games weren't complete knobheads this time around. People were worried they'd pull a cotton reboot on us. Anyways, this is a pretty cool looking arcade platformer that's been revived after being cancelled in the early 90s. It looks nice, chunky graphics, and you should check out my review from the weekend to see what it's all about. Is it worth it? You'll find out there. There's a standard edition as well as a collector's edition. Strictly Limited Games had the exclusive physical in Europe, and the standard edition of which is sold out already. There's still some collector's editions out there if you fancy paying more. And remember, who knows when those will be shipped out, hopefully sooner rather than later, but the Japanese version will definitely be more available in the future and is shipping this week. Fatal Frame is releasing in Southeast Asian regions this week in line with its upcoming patch. Yes, the patch to add English to the cartridge. Actually, PlayAsia started sending these out a bit earlier, late last Thursday, so yours may already be in the post. Remember, all 3 versions, Japan, Hong Kong, and Southeast Asia, don't have English initially, but will do after a download on November 30th. Not great, but you know, this is a great little horror game. I would say it's the best on the system, and it would have been one of the best imports ever if English was not a download. But hey, what can you do? Check out my review if you're still unconvinced. Let me know which version you've picked up. I'd love to see it in the community spotlight. I really enjoyed the game quite a lot. And our executive producer Issa has chosen this as their pick of the week. There's also a game with a magnificently long title, Eiga Sumikko Gurashi Oitsukyo no Maho no Ko, Game de Asbo Eiga no Sekai, and that does not have English, so I've wasted 10 seconds of everyone's time, including my own. Alright, the community spotlight. Firstly, my go. Well, this week I got in a couple of games, but this week I'll be showing off Eternal Radiance, the limited edition from One Print Games. This looks to be an enjoyable action RPG mixed in with some visual novel style narrative. I'm hoping to get a review out for you tomorrow or maybe Wednesday, depending on how things are going. Hopefully by the time you're watching this, I'm already well into it. So yeah, this limited edition from OnePrintGames.com comes with its own special cover art with the 3 main protagonists. There's some lovely interior art as well. With this package, you get a nice little guidebook which gives you some tips, as well as a message from the developer and some nice artwork and background of the characters. You also get a sticker and authenticity card which are unique to the game, plus a nice enough keyring. But the star of the show is most definitely the 2 CD soundtrack, which has almost 2 hours worth of music, 40 odd songs. I ripped them immediately to my phone and I've been enjoying the music while walking the dog, as you do. So overall, it's a nice package. Indeed, I feel every time One Print Games release something, the quality keeps getting better. The only step for me would be a slipcase to put everything into. That would help it keep it much better organized for me. Anyways, oneprintgames.com if you want to order this yourself. Stay tuned for my review in the coming days. Alright, on to you lot. Now once again, I am sorry it's on the shorter end, but genuinely, I am really quite exhausted and I have a lot of projects on the go. I show a decent in this photo of a couple of imports. The Coma Double Cut is a nice horror package, and the Asian exclusive Touhou Spell Bubble. It's a rhythm puzzle game, kind of like Puzzle Bobble, supposedly a decent amount of fun, and both of these have English. Our executive producer Cartoon Soren showed off their Asterix and Obelix collection in honor of this week's release. Here you can see a DIY arcade cabinet which I believe came with one of the collector's editions, and they also include some figurines as well. Our executive producer God of Resin, thank you for your support in purchasing these games with our Play Asia links. Aria Chronicle is a surprisingly popular import. I say surprising because it's one of the few imports that we have sold quite a lot of despite not actually making a video specifically about that game. It looks great though. Granza sent in this picture of a few games. I tell you, people criticize the Super Mario game, but damn, I often get urges to play it. It is a great game despite the lack of personality. Ike, thanks for using our links to pick up these two. I hope you enjoy them as much as I enjoyed reviewing both of them. Let me know if you feel that input lag on the Cotton game because I certainly can't tell. Kiel picked up these two, Sonic Colors Ultimate and Hot Wheels. I've never actually played that Sonic, but I do want to. Despite all the technical issues, there's still a really good game in there. McLaren sent in this photo showing off the eye-bleeding wonder of the Illmatic Envelope Swamp Collector's Edition. That looks magnificent alongside the moody, badass Shin Megami Tensei. Our executive producer, Mental Traveler, sent in this photo of a cuddly Snorlax alongside a couple of great games. Merciless Switch Collector sent in this photo, thanks for using our links, on Melty Blood. You got a rare game on your hands right there. Palmer was one to grab the recent backstock of Moro Crystal H Collector's Edition. Yes, Play Asia had some in the warehouse for customer service purposes, but they put some up for sale, and I put the call out on Twitter and Palmer grabbed one. They sold out within minutes. Our executive producer Robotech sent in this photo showing the dangers of accidentally buying the same game twice. Multiple times. Oh well, it's not as though they're gonna lose their value. Starby sent in this picture of a bunch of recent indie games. Arietta of Spirits is out and about now alongside Okinawa Rush and Turnip Boy. Great to see some smaller titles getting released. Our executive producer Thorn Metal Luna sent in this photo of some fine games. A couple of Double Dragons, a quad helping of Star Wars, and the very recent Marsupilami. Our executive producer Vei sent in this photo showing off the lovely Kukiyomi, the peculiar white case there which came with some pre-order bonuses wherever he bought it from. Same with Deer Simulator and the wonderful Eastwood Collector's Edition. Did you get yours? Our executive producer Issa wanted to show off their Nisa games. Get it? Some of their earlier titles are quite expensive to get these days, especially The Liar Princess. That costs an absolute fortune. I also think a lot of people forget about The Longest 5 Minutes and Penny Punching Princess, two games that I reviewed for the channel back in the day. Alright, time for a roundup, guys. The 1. Derek Jenkins. J Clown. Visipon. Brian Kurz. Kraken. Audrey. Robin Hatherall. Chris Dallas. Bryson Caldwell. John Santos. Needless Dragon. Kid Kevlar. Burai Murian. West Country Blue. Peter Clark. Max 1216. Caterpie. Rorn. Ash Toric. Jim. Kraid. Alright, send me your pictures on Twitter at SoWhatAboutGame. You can DM me or tag me in a post and use the hashtag Let's Get Physical. I'll retweet you if I see it. It's very dangerous these days. I get a lot of notifications, so yeah, it's prone to being missed there. So you can use our email address if you want to, switchwatchspotlight@gmail.com. And we have a Discord where you can send your pictures there in the submissions section. The Discord server link is below and you can chat with us at the same time. Please just send me one picture per week. That really helps me out a lot. And there's just one thing left to do. That is to give away This Is the Police 2. And the winner is Remy X. Remy X, congratulations. Please contact me via the same method you used to submit your photo or photos, and I'll sort you out with a very cheap game these days. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this episode of New Physicals. I'm so exhausted. Special thanks to our executive producers, Dane Wilkinson, God of Resin, Boombox, Brett McLean, Jonathan Rumor, Santa Tartaruga, Alexander Cato, J Cross 7776, Elisa, Punky Rooster, Michael Del Polito, Cartoon Soren, Jack Zebras, Robotech, Z, Raven Knight, Thorn Metal Luna, Parsnip Coffee, Government Fat Cat, Isa, V, and Mental Traveler. Thank you ever so much for your wonderful and frankly ill-advised support. Thank you ever so much. Plus you watching right now, if you watched all the way through, give me I don't know, give me a something. Give me a something emoji. No, give me a fist bump. Give me a fist bump in the comments and I'll give you one back. Bit of respect. And watch some of our other stuff. Clockwork Aquario review and some other stuff. I'm sure we must have done some other stuff this week. I don't remember. Bargains, yes. Okay, I'll see you. Bye bye.